Hello, my name is Evie Ramirez. My presentation is on gender inequality, specifically the pay gap. So, why I chose this topic? Gender inequality, especially in terms of pay, has always been a topic I have been interested in researching more in depth. The pay gap has remained persistent over time, and it's especially visible in minority groups. This issue affects women in my own community, making this topic important. There are different factors that contribute to the gender pay gap, and I wanted to gain a deeper understanding of those causes and how they continue to affect women's lives today. To give a little bit of background on the gender pay gap, it is a persistent issue. Women consistently earn less than men across most jobs and industries, even with similar experiences and education. While the gap has narrowed since the 1980s, progress has slowed significantly in recent years. This gap affects more than just current income, it reduces lifetime earnings, retirement savings, and overall financial independence for women. Key causes include workplace discrimination, the motherhood penalty, and structural inequalities like occupational segregation and limited access to higher paying roles. Understanding these factors is essential to addressing not just pay disparities, but broader workplace inequality. In the 1980s, women earned about 65 cents per every dollar a man would make. By 2022, there was an increase. Women now earned 82 cents per dollar a man would make. There has been an increase, but if we break that down, we see that women have increased 4.25 cents per decade. In the last 40 years, the gap has only closed 17 cents. According to the American Association of University Women, or the AAUW, they mentioned that this slow progress includes factors like job segregation, motherhood penalties, which refers to the disadvantages women often face at work just because they are mothers or might become one, and gender biases. These visuals highlight how earnings vary by race. Figure 1 from the AAUW shows that Latina women earn the least. To illustrate, imagine a Latina woman and a white man doing the same job with the same responsibilities. According to the AAUW, Latina women earn 58 cents for every dollar a white man earns. If the man earns $25 an hour, the Latina woman would earn only $14.50 an hour. Working 40 hours a week, he would make $1,000 weekly, $4,300 monthly, and $51,600 annually. In contrast, she would earn $580 weekly, $2,494 monthly, and $29,928 annually, a difference of $21,672 per year for doing the exact same job. The bottom chart by culture compares women's hourly earnings by race to those of white men. Asian women are closest to parity, earning 93 cents on the dollar, followed by white women at 83 cents, black women at 70 cents, and Latina women at just 65 cents. This slide looks at how gender and race shape both household roles and work life. Koposhnikova and Khan explain that chores at home aren't just divided by gender, they're also shaped by race and social class. For example, Latinx men and black women both experience discrimination, but in different ways. These differences influence who takes on which tasks at home, and they can also affect how women are treated in the workplace. The AAUW points out that women of color, LGBTQ plus women, and women with disabilities often face several types of unfair treatment all at once. It's not just that their jobs pay less, but their job is often seen as less important. And this all ties back to long histories of inequality that are still impacting people today. And one thing that stood out to me is how these roles and expectations don't come out of nowhere. They're influenced by larger systems that many people don't even notice that are there. While the gender pay gap narrowed during the 1980s, progress has stagnated in more recent decades. Structural barriers in the labor market, combined with biases and unequal career paths, contribute to ongoing disparities. As women age, the long term impact of these disadvantages become more pronounced, reinforcing inequality across all career paths. Parenthood, especially motherhood, is a major contributor to the gender pay gap. According to the AAUW, women with children earn about 28% less over their lifetime compared to women without children. But this gap isn't just about being paid less, it's about who takes on the most responsibility at home. Women often reduce their hours, pause their careers, or shift to lower paying roles in order to be able to take care of their children. Meanwhile, fathers tend to increase their work hours and, in many cases, even get higher pay. For a lot of families, the high cost of childcare makes it feel more practical for mothers to leave their jobs even when they don't want to. This shows how parenthood, especially motherhood, still plays a big role in shaping women's ability to make progress towards closing the gender pay gap. Both the AAUW and culture highlight how motherhood reshapes career paths, not just short term, but in ways that have lasting effects on women's earnings and advancements. Culture explains that women often slow down or even stall their careers after having children, sometimes that being a personal choice, or more often than not, it's something that they feel forced into doing because there is a lack of affordable childcare. This ties back to deeper societal expectations, where caregiving still mostly falls on the women. It's these expectations that continue to push women out of the workforce or even limit the progress that to be made. If we really want to close the gender pay gap, we can't ignore how parenthood, especially motherhood, continues to shape women's economic future. It's a structural issue that needs to be part of the larger conversation around equity. Although women have made significant strides in education over the past 40 years, we still see major disparities in the workplace. Blue and Kahn's research showed that women are overrepresented in lower paying occupations. Even though women began earning doctoral degrees at higher rates than men in the early 2000s, England highlights that achievement hasn't translated into equal pay. The AAUW reinforces this, showing that women earn more college degrees than men, yet still earn less at every educational level. This tells us that education alone isn't enough. The problem isn't just about credentials, it's about how the labor market is structured. Occupational segregation continues to be one of the most influential drivers of the gender pay gap. Ultimately, we need more than just academic progress, we need systematic change in how we value work traditionally done by women. In conclusion, while there has been meaningful progress, the gender pay gap is far from closed. Women, especially women of color, continue to earn less than men, even with the same education and experience. Motherhood often impacts women's careers and earnings, while fatherhood can lead to higher pay for men. Women remain overrepresented in lower paying jobs despite higher levels of education, and deep rooted expectations around caregiving continue to shape career paths. Race, class, and other factors add additional layers to these challenges, showing that the pay gap isn't just about gender, it's about how different forms of inequality overlap. Ultimately, closing the gender pay gap requires more than individual effort, it calls for structural change, ongoing awareness, and a collective commitment to equity.